Okay, hello everyone. This is the After School Professional Development on Online Educational Games. Katie Leach is going to take over here soon. We're, again, working through a few things, so bear with us. But here is Katie Leach with her presentation.
All right, thank you, Dave.
And again, just tilt it so you can...
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. We're all set to go with our game. So this is Toolbox of Online Educational Games. This is not Sudoku. This is not Solitaire. This is games for learning and for understanding that I hope your kids will really like. Now, because we have high school and elementary school both here together, I think it'll be pretty neat. I'll show you all different kinds of games that I hope you'll enjoy. But first, I'll show you where all of the games are housed. So you won't see me anymore. We're going to switch now, I think, to my screen. If Mr. Russell can tell me again how I'm going to do that.
All right. Top left on that blue.
This one? This one?
That one.
Okay, screen share. Okay, and then I just minimize.
And then you don't have to minimize anything. Go to that one on the bottom left.
Got it.
Then
Start screen share. Okay. Hey, Mr. Buck. Scratch paper right here. Sure. And then if you want line, there's line there as well.
Okay, so you can minimize that window.
Minimize this one?
Yep. And then go over to your tab.
To Mine tab.
Yep, and it's going to follow everything that you do right there.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Great. You have laptops so that you can have fun playing with the games too. But right now, probably you better make sure your volume's off, or we're going to have a cacophony of sound. But if you would like to go onto this site, this is my home page. It's not very fancy. My home page, when you get to it, is going to look like this. And it's going to be, it just says, welcome to Mrs. Leach's homepage. But then if you go over here to the left navigation bar, you're going to see the toolbox of online. Oh, my page, it's Mrs. Leach.
We don't work on these. I don't even know.
Do you know what, Margie?
Just keep going.
Okay, I was going to say, if you just want to follow me, if that's easier, that's fine. But the website is mrsleach.wikispaces.com. Now, it's on the school website. So when you go to Weatherly, you'll go to high school and then go to homework, and it'll be there. You'll see there'll be a link to it, and it'll be my wiki. So you'll get to this wiki. All right. Yeah. All right. Yes. So this is where all my stuff is. I have lots of things for gifted and all the activities that we do here at the high school, but the one for you is actually, it's in bold, and it's called Toolbox of Online Educational Games. So if you click on that one, you're going to be able to see a whole list of all the games that I put together that my students love to do when they come over here from the elementary school and middle school, or just games that they really like. So I've organized the games for you in subject area and age. So in science, they're all listed here, and the grade levels that they're most appropriate for. And mathematics is also here. There's lots of good ones in math, which we'll look at in a little bit. If you scroll down to social studies, there's a lot there as well. I don't have as many for language arts. I'm still trying to find some of those, more of those that I think are good ones for the classroom. And then my last big group are various subjects in well-known places. Mensa for kids, with my gifted kids, I use that, and Discovery Kids, and that's another place where we go, and there'll be some fun things there. So these are all here. You can go to any one of them, and we'll be visiting some of them today as we're going through sites that I have picked out for us. But we're going to actually start by what's down at the bottom of my wiki, and that is creating games to help students learn. I thought because all of you do teach different subjects, you might really like Quizlet, because Quizlet will be something, a lot of it's already done for you, and it's really neat. So if you are at my website, and if you click on Quizlet, it should take you right to it. So if you want to take a minute and go to Quizlet, I'll go ahead. I already have it up here for you on one of my links. Oh, all right. There you go. Bob and Jim, are you okay? Do you have it? All right. Okay. While we're waiting, Jim and Bob, type in something you're teaching right now in the area where it says search Quizlet. And I'm going to do something that I was helping a teacher with.
I have another one for you. I'll email you the link. It's a Google app.
Okay.
Starts with a Z, Zipwood or something like that. And you can make games, and like every time you pick the wrong answer, a pirate with a knife sticks in the guy's back and makes him walk the plank.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. We're going to do this. You can put in whatever one that you like. I'm going to put in Envirothon grade 3 to 4. Now this is for sets that are already made by teachers. So if you go ahead and you click enter, you're going to see sets that teachers have already done. And we're going to look at the one that says wildlife birds. What a teacher has done is they've already put in, they put in a picture and then they put in the name. And this is for the Envirothon to get ready for it. And along here are your tabs that you can do different things with these particular cards. Now if you just click on flashcards, all it's going to do is flip over just like a regular flashcard. So if you want to know what a mallard duck looks like, you just click it and there it is, a male duck or a drake, and then it explains a little bit about that. So you can have just a regular flashcard for your students. After you do the cards, you can actually say, okay, now what have we learned? And here is the next section is, here's the picture. Now we have to type in what it is. And the answer is a mallard duck, but we're going to say something different. And I'll show you what happens when your students give you a wrong answer. If you type in that, it will tell your student what's the wrong answer and then prompt them with the right answer. So this is, in a way, this is for students who just love learning. They can come on here and they can learn and practically teach themselves with these. If you click on the speller, you can hear it says the duck, and then you have to write in duck in here and get
WOOD space DUCK with duck.
So it helps the students learn how to do that. There's also a test, which is very similar to a test you would take on paper and pencil. They see the bird, and then you type the answer in here. But then it gets a lot more fun. And one of the games that are one of the favorites for our class in here is to make everything disappear. So you start the game, and there's the different things. When you match them together, they actually disappear. For example, I think this is a ruffed grouse. If we put them together, they actually disappear. I'm not sure which is the bob white. All right, and the mallard duck, we put it. Nope. Wait, here's the wild turkey. And notice that it's timed up here in this section. That is really fun to have competition. So you can have two groups of students, and they could try to beat how long it takes them that they can go ahead and get rid of these and make the whole screen disappear. And the last game with this one is called Race. And to start this one, something's going to come across, and then we have to type in what it is. Type in turkey, and when we get to the end, we'll see if it's the correct one or not, and while we're waiting, we'll type in this one, and we'll see that it wasn't a turkey, it was a wild turkey. So then the game stops, and you have to, and that's how you keep learning. So these are just games, and they can be very specific for your classes, because not only can you find topics here, you can also create them. So if we go on the main page again, do you see where it says create a set? Whatever words you're working on. Now, I know, like, Margie, you can be doing shapes. And Nancy, I don't know, what would you do with flashcards in your classroom? What would I'm sorry? Multiplication tables. You could do that. And Bob, Jim, you can go ahead, put in whatever you like and see what comes up. And I bet you'll find sets. But if you don't, you can go ahead and create a set, and you describe it here, and all you do is just type in what the things are that you want in here, and you can easily do your own sets of flip cards and cards. So Quizlet is a really fun thing. It's helping them to learn. And the beauty of this is, let's say they didn't do well on a test, and you can say, well, do you really care? If you really want to put effort into this, go home tonight, go on Quizlet, and you can tell them what the title is of your flashcards, and they actually can do this as long as they have a computer at home. So while you're doing that, I'm going to be pulling up a game that I couldn't pull up earlier because it is one that as soon as you just click on it, it starts making noise. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to go on that one first, and I'll show you why this one is actually the perfect game, and I'll show you why in just a minute. The game is called GSY. All right. This is a perfect game because already you've got noise and sounds, which immediately, whenever my kids start hearing these, they think, oh my, it's that game that we like. Then they have to put their name in. And since Dave got me into this, he is going to be playing. So here we go, Dave. Now, we're going to choose Dave's first assignment, and we're going to give him a countries game. All right, Dave, first move the white square over the map and click to choose a continent, which we are going to do. So we're going to give Dave Africa. All right, Dave, good luck. Dave, your task is to identify 53 countries in Africa. Move the white square on the map to answer the questions and identify. Notice that it gives a time limit, so the kids have to go. Now, ask where Ethiopia is. Dave, I'm going to pretend that you're going to do South Africa, which we know isn't true. But see, it shows you what's right. It actually shows you what the right answer is. Oh, my goodness. Go ahead over here. There we go. We got that. So it helps students learning. And then we're going to click out of here now because it keeps going. Yeah. The reason that that's a perfect game, because at the end, it will actually print a certificate for your kids, and it will put their name on, and it's a beautiful certificate for them. You can just print it in your classroom. The reason that's a perfect game, again, it really engages students in their learning, and it's really a lot of fun. So when you're looking for games, go ahead and remember that as much sound, as much volume, and as much interactivity, that's what you're going for. I want to give you a little hint before we get started on the games. We're going to go pretty quickly, and I probably should give you a stop now. Did you have any questions on Quizlet and making the cards before we go on? Any questions about that? Did anybody find flashcards that matched what they're teaching? You guys did? Ladies, did you get a chance to go on and see if you could get them? Margie, did you? Or?
Well, that's okay. Keep on going.
Okay, all right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about different kind of games that we can do in the classroom. None of these have to be downloaded, but there are certain types of games that you use, and some have passwords and some have just so you can go in. I want to give you just one quick hint about passwords, and then we'll start going into the actual games. When you are doing games or creating something, think of something very generic, something like chicken lips. And I might have told you some of this before. Whatever game you're in, your password is chicken lips and the first two letters of the game that we're on. For example, a really neat math game is SumDog. In SumDog, they all have to have a username and password. Well, if they can't remember their password, actually SumDog isn't a good idea because they generate their own. But if a student has to generate their own password in a game, tell them, think of their crazy thing. We use Reckers because everybody knows Reckers, and then we put the two, like if it's Google, it's Reckers, G-O for Google. And then that way the students all know how to get into the game and what the password is that they have. So I just hope that's a help to you. All right, and we're going to go very quickly through, I hope, a lot of games so that you can see them. And the first one that I have for you is actually one about the Federal Reserve. So if you're doing money, you might enjoy this one, and for our business teachers, you can enjoy this. These are interactive games that are helpful. You scroll down. This one is called Escape from Barter Island. If you're hungry and you can't eat it in a rainstorm, it won't keep you dry. But if you trade for an apple or an umbrella, if you lived in a world without money, how would you get the things you want and need? So in this game, you actually take the place as if you're going to go and you have to get off the island. Kids like this because it gives them some adventure. We're going to go ahead, we're going to skip this, and we're going to go to the different islands. And it says, click on the little Barter Island to continue. So here's little Barter Island. The guy goes there, and he's going to come, and he's going to talk, and he's going to explain what the situation is. It says, welcome, you need a sail to get home, but we don't have any on the island. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to try to figure out, well, what do you do next? Trade some of your oranges for an oar, then row to Big Barter Island and see if they have a sail. Trade quickly because all trade ends at sundown. So students are going to be learning about money, trading, bartering, finding things that they need. So it's an adventure game. All the while they're learning about the things that they need to do as far as trading and money and things like that. So that might be more for the business guys, for the ones that they have. Now, if we go back, if you look at all these other games that they have, like there's so many things that you can play, and again, it's just all about money. If we go back to this one, the other one I wanted to show you, there is a great economics, a treasure hunt. This win a prize in the great economics, I can't say that right, and of their times. I'll just skip over it for now. Economists. Treasure or treachery await you as you journey through the great economic timetable. Gather answers to unlock ancient treasure chest. There are all kinds of games here that can really help you when you're trying to learn about money. For older students, we've got this one here. This is going to be monetary policy. So you click this screen. All right, so you want to be in charge of monetary policy. Let's play the game. It's your job to keep the inflation low and stable around and keep the unemployment rate near its normal rate. Your tool is the federal funds rate. I won't read all of this, but as you read the newspaper, you read something and then you think, okay, so now do you raise or do you add? So you change what you would do if you were in charge of all the money. And then you wait. Now you see that there's a rising inflation fear. So what are you going to do next? What happens when inflation goes up? Do you guys teach this in fourth grade? Okay. You guys do, I know. So that's one of the games I wanted to show you that can be a lot of fun. Again, all of these tools are on my list that I have for you, so we're going to be okay. I'm going to go ahead and click out of some of these because we're not going to need them. The Barter Island, I hope that you like. This one is a neat one because it talks about a new society and rules and things that you might want to play and ethics. This could be for any grade level, but you have a new society. It talks about when humans start colonizing and what kind of rules are you going to have. You're going to be their captain, and you have to help them, and you're going to shape a nation. This is a neat one for all ages, just to help them think and to get going. There's lots of interactives in this one as well. So we're going to go ahead. I'll close out of that one. Next is a reference that my gifted really love, and I know it's so much fun to use. It's called RefDesk. Has anybody seen RefDesk before? Okay. RefDesk has tons of information in it for practically anything that you need. One of the things that I started doing when I was working with foreign languages, for my 6th graders, we do cultures around the world. I started teaching them foreign language. We would actually find the kids' site on kids' newspapers. That is all in here. There's also daily diversions. There are lots of games in here that I think you could really enjoy and like looking at. There's a lot of data. There is a debt clock, not to depress you, but if you want to find out what the United States debt is and you talk about how important money is, here it is. And we can even go to our state, find out how much our state is in debt, and realize if all of us just paid $10,000, we'd be out of debt in the state of Pennsylvania. So lots of things on that site. Now here's a site that can be for older ones and littler ones. How many of you have ever played or are familiar with the game called Minecraft? Do your kids the kids play it? All right. If you would like to start some interesting things, if you go to Stop Disasters, and this again is on the United Nations, and it's called the Cyber School Bus. Again, it's got the noise. It gets kids' attention right away. You go ahead and you click. Let's say that we're going to have an earthquake, and then you play the game. Now, if you look at the game right away, you can see it looks exactly like Minecraft. There's different squares, and this helps students. It says disasters triggered by natural hazards destroy lives and livelihood. They affect millions of people every day, rich or poor. With your help, we can reduce human, physical, and financial cost of disasters by understanding the risks. So we go ahead and we launch the game, and as soon as we launch the game, this is what it looks like. And we won't go any farther on this game. But again, as soon as kids see this, they're going to say, wait a minute, this is just like Minecraft. And it is the most amazing thing when you and your kids can save a world or save a planet because of decisions that you make.
Where did you find this?
This is at the United Nations. Actually, it's type in Google United Nations Cyber Bus because it's for the kids site.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do.
Okay, got
All right, and then go down on the left navigation bar at the bottom. You're going to see Stop Disasters.
Oh, I see it.
See it? Okay. They have earthquakes, floods, famines. In 4th grade, what science do you guys teach? Yeah, I'm not sure what they have, but this is good. And kids' grade, even if it's a rainy day and you guys can't go outside, if your kids want to try to save a society, it really does. It makes a big difference. All right. Next one we're going to talk about is in iCivics. This is going to be a way for kids to understand the laws. Do you ever have kids arguing in your class about what's the right thing to and wrong thing to do and who's right and wrong? We do it at the high school. Do the kids do that yet?
I don't argue at the high school.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. They argue about everything. Well, listen to this one. This is the Supreme Court. Ever wonder how the Supreme Court really works? You can guess. They don't know what the Supreme Court is yet. All right, that's...
They don't even know they live on the planet Earth.
Oh, this is not...
You don't know what this 4th grade is like. You hopefully you retire before they get over here.
Okay, yeah, how many years, Mr.
I mean, they're terrible. They're terrible.
All right, we're going to switch,
Hi,
and I'm going to show you
I'm
some
Justice
sites for you
Irene
then.
Waters, and you're coming to work for me at the Supreme Court. The court is about to hear an important case about a student's rights in school. You can help me decide who wins the case. Listen up. It's about to start.
Dave, how long do we have? 10 more minutes. Okay, all right.
We'll hear argument this morning in Ben versus Hamilton Middle School.
Now wait to hear
First,
what's going on.
We will hear the argument for Ben Brewer.
All right. Actually, it's taking too long. They're going to talk about appropriate wear in school. So this is something that I think, well, being a social studies teacher, I know I really like it, but I think that it's neat for students. Jim and Bob, I knew you were coming. I didn't know you ladies were coming. So what we're going to do now, can I let you guys play, and I'm going to show them some elementary games.
You know, we have to get going anyway.
I know. Let me at least show you where they are so you have them. I gave this presentation to, I'll just download it. If you go to this one, here are all the ones, and these were specifically for elementary students because I did this at the State Gifted Conference. They asked me to do this. These are all games that are really, really neat. And if you download, this is just the PowerPoint. If you want, I'll download you the actual PowerPoint, and each one of these games are linked so that you can get to them.
All of these resources up on that, but all of that will be up there. That's that one central site.
Yeah, that'll be good. If you're worried about cyberbullying, there's a site here for this. Discovery Science has some pretty neat games for kids to play. There is one, you would not believe it, but it's called Professor Garfield. Now, I know you think Garfield and education, right? Really? But no, every grade level, and it has stuff that's going on that the kids would like. And I'll quickly go to this one if I can. I don't remember exactly, but it's Professor ladies to do for me. Send me what kind of games you want. What are you trying to teach? And then I'll send you the games. That'll help you to know more. Would you do that for me? Then I can do that for you too. So Professor Garfield, here's what it looks like. Again, it's got a lot of the noise, a lot of the racket that the kids are going to get pretty excited about. You're contacting Professor Garfield.
And because we started a little late, so we're just going to end in 5 minutes then.
Yeah.
Let's go get us in.
Okay. So, oh, I wish I could keep you longer, but you go.
You know, one of my suggestions to John was that we should do the same thing over the 2 weeks because some of the stuff that we did, when I went back to my classroom, I kind of forgot, and now I have questions about.
Well, and that's the key thing. All of these are recorded and up on the site, so we're going to have.
Some of us don't even know where to find some.
Well, and that's the thing. We can go over that again.
Right,
Or contact me.
and I was telling John that.
Yeah.
I said,
Question and answer.
like we should maybe learn something, then have a week to do it, and then come back and have like question and answer.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That is a
and
good
then
idea.
replace it. So like
Or
the
how
same thing
someone
where it
else
was
adapted it to use for 30.
do the same thing almost for
Yeah.
2 weeks so that you really understand it because I mean let's face it, we're not illiterate in internet.
Well, and
But you're gonna be.
and that's
You're
the
gonna
key
be.
is
So-
we're taking recommendations like this.
And
like
that's my
crazy when it's starting
recommendation.
out.
Take guys. So you can take it. All right. Well, I don't know that you'll want to see Garfield. But anyway, did any of those games look good for you?
Yeah, I'm on that stop disasters right now because I have 7th and 8th grade. They'll be perfect for the last week of school.
That will be perfect.
Because I'm not going to get any work in. But if I can get this out of them.
They'll like, especially if they play Minecraft, they'll know exactly what they're doing and they can go and do that. Yeah. On this one, guys, I wanted to show you just a couple of other things real quick. Wait, let me go back. There is a McDonald's game, How to Do a Business. This one, it's a parody, actually. And I thought I was going to point out, and then I wasn't sure, this McDonald's one. There's also the virtual stock exchange games because of that. This one, it says making money in a corporation like McDonald's is not simple at all. Behind every sandwich, there's a complex process you must learn to manage, from the creation of pastures to the slaughter. But it gets a little bit, it's not really that appropriate for little ones. It has to be for older kids.
Just over, you don't feed the cows and they die and become skeletons.
Yeah, or they get mad cow disease, and yeah, I didn't know. Oh, yeah, I got a little sick actually. And I don't want to go to McDonald's for a while after playing that one, but I do want to tell you about that one. Yeah. Also, do you guys know about free rice? Have you ever heard of free rice?
The kids were doing it, my 8th graders were doing it about 2 weeks ago.
Good, because
I don't know how to get there, but I was watching it. They were all excited.
You've got a link right now, Mr. Bach. It's right here under, no wait, where, I wasn't sure if I should put it under all the games. It's here, free rice, here it is. It's really neat because for every question you get correct, the World Food Program donates 10 grains of rice. But the neat thing is you can change your subject. So I have my kids do SAT prep because then every question they get right, it donates. So they're learning SAT, getting ready for the SAT, and somebody else in the world is getting help through that. So that is a neat one. There's also like geography, world capitals. The artists, like we don't, like Scholastic Scrimmage, that's the one we hit because in Scholastic Scrimmage they'll show us a picture, a painting, and we have no clue what it is. So that's a good one there too. And there's famous quotations. So a lot of these are fun for free rice. Yeah, it is. So there it is.
As a matter of fact, I had to forbid it after 2 days.
You didn't, Mr. Buck.
I saying, oh, I make an Excel spreadsheet. I got 7 grades. I should stop it.
Oh no. Oh no. All right, so do you have any questions? Anything that you saw on the list that you're not sure you might like, or? Well, that's what I hoped.
I have that one app from the Google Store.
Oh yeah, send that to me.
It starts with a Z.
Z.
I'll email it.
All right, yeah, that'd be good.
It's one of those silly ones that you
All right, yeah, that helps. Sometimes, like the kids they know that this is here, and they will go on, like if I'm helping somebody else and they've got some free time, they'll go on this one and they can, my littler ones. The bigger ones do other stuff, but, so I hope that helps. So, okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, Dave, I'll let you go ahead.
Wonderful.
Close that up.
Okay.
I'll be done. Okay. There's one called Darfur is Dying. That is only for high school. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, it's good though.
It's good for the older ones, but not little ones.
It stimulates conversation.
That's true. I realize it.
Okay, so sorry, I was playing around with some settings. This is the end of online educational games, and I hope to see you soon. We'll see you at the next one. Thanks. Bye.
I could see